up, guys? It's John with National Sports Entertainment, and I figured I'd go into a couple games I like for tonight. The first one is, and I don't. This one's more of a metric play. The rest are narratives. One of the narratives jumps out. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But I think the Raptors are going to get the cover here on the Sixers. In my opinion, the Sixers really good against the spread. Raptors not too good. 8.5 is a a decent bit to be laying, but I don't think the public's gonna mind. The Sixers have been killing it. They're at home. Embiid just went off, so I think now he's obviously from Canada, so maybe he does good again. But I think the Raptors are gonna cover. This one I literally just saw when I opened this up. It wasn't a play that I was looking at until I just saw it to do this video. The Rockets are covering this. This is nonsense. I understand Luka's probably not playing, but even with that, it still doesn't make sense to me because, okay, so, oops, I clicked on the wrong one. It still doesn't make sense because I feel like fans are very conditioned. So even when guys like Luka are out, so they got, okay, I'm not even seeing Luka out. He's got to be out. Like, this would be ridiculous if he wasn't. I get they've got some guys out, but yeah, this would make no sense. With Luka or no Luka, my point is, it. I see a lot of teams, and this happens a lot, where Giannis will be out for the Bucks, but people will still slam him. Lakers will have no LeBron, but if they're playing a team that's not that good or an average team, the people will take them. And a lot of times they win without their stars, but in this case, I don't think people are on the Rockets enough to be laying 8.5 against a good Mavericks team, who's proven to play well without Luka. And again, it looks like he might be in, which makes it more ridiculous. I'm not seeing him or Kyrie listed, but again, it might be because sometimes when they're just out for like a rest period, they won't announce it. Kyrie, he's been on and off this year as far as injuries. So again, injury or no injury, I think the Rockets are covering this game. I like the Kings Suns under. I think people are going to hit the over pretty hard, just because it's two teams that are good offensively, suck on defense. And then if you look at the two ESPN games, we got Nuggets Nets and we got Wizards Warriors. I wonder why Wizards Warriors is the prime time, or I should, the main event doubleheader, instead of the two superior and bigger draw teams, Suns, Kings. I would imagine it's because right now the story is Draymond punched somebody, and Jordan Poole's just happens to be another guy that Draymond Green punched. So to me, this is definitely a redemption story, and I think that's why it's in the second slot. I can't imagine they're going to just have the Warriors beat down the Wizards. I think the whole thing's going to be Jordan Poole maybe getting a little bit of vengeance. We've seen what he's done with the quote baddies, so imagine what he might do to the team that really unceremoniously shipped him. And I went into this before how fans are very conditioned as far as the media puts out a few things and everyone was saying this man deserved to get punched, and Draymond Green was just doing what anybody would do, and here it is a few months later. Well, no, actually, that happened like a year ago, but since the whole trade, we're only a few months into the season, and now everybody is saying, oh yeah, Jordan Poole was just one spoke on the wheel. There's all these victims of Draymond Green, so he's a menace. So it's interesting how people change, but I think Poole's gonna have a good night for maybe a penance for the Warriors, and it would make a lot of sense for him to win there. So I love the Wizards on the money line here. The cover, you could put a little bit on that because it'll probably be a close game. I like the under as well. It's just like the Suns. I like the under, but I like the money line because, like I said, it's good value, and I think when you have a matchup like this, they're gonna give Jordan Poole some love. So taking him on a prop to get like 25, I think would be good. You could go higher, but then you're just getting risky. And what I'll say is with the three-pointers, because a few people in my Discord were bringing this up, how they think he's going to go off, and I agree with them. A bunch of threes and a bunch of points. But I think the Vegas is onto this because I think they understand if someone's picking a guy to get 30 points, they're probably going to pick that guy unless it's, Anthony Davis. They're probably going to pick him to get a few threes. And it seems like I've seen it happen a lot. SGA's done it before. Ja's done it a lot in the past, where they'll score 30 something points, but they'll only hit like 2 threes and get to the line a lot. So I think Vegas knows that. I'd stay away from the threes, or at least play them separately. But I have a feeling he's going to score a lot of points, but maybe not get the bunch of threes. They like to do that. So A money line JP, 26. They'd be 6-22. 25, 26, whatever point. Just look for the value. But money line, definitely JP to get his points is going to pay well. And then if you're like me and you want to increase it to like 25, 26 points, then I think that's a nice parlay. That's just my opinion. I feel like he'll go off and they'll win. And yeah, I like the Kings under, and I like the Raptors cover just because of the metrics, and I like the Rockets cover because I think it's a trap. And then I'll have football coming out. I'll drop them on later tonight, or yeah, because we have some Saturday games. That's going to include Saturday and Sunday, so we'll have all the games in there, and I'll release that on here. Like I said, probably later tonight. I just wanted to go into NBA. So some of these start, like the Sixers starts pretty soon. A little more alpha. It's 7 o'clock game. It's Canisius. I think they're going to cover High Point. It's a complete metric play. I looked at the records, the metrics. I feel like it's a great one to add to your parlay. So if you have a parlay and you want to add one to it, Canisius covers High Point. I think is a great one to add to a parlay. So I think that'll be a good game. So take care and happy earnings.